Hey guys, I'm Jay Randall, and welcome back to my channel, where I discuss wisdom for the modern man. Today, guys, we got another video to react to. This one is brought to us by the YouTube channel KRY. That's what his YouTube channel's name is. The title of the video, I wish I knew this sooner about women. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
The ones that I think would never do me like that, they end up doing me like that, buddy. Every girl that you want to be with, bro, has got. Oh! If a woman is portraying a good girl to you or saying that she's not like that or she doesn't do that, bro, honestly, you're just not that guy. She doesn't love you. She's going to stop loving you. YouTube, what's good, man? It's your boy Cry. Welcome back to another vid. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure to follow me on all platforms at I Am Cry. Today I'm going to share with you guys 3 things I wish I knew sooner about women. So let's get right into it, man. The number one thing that I wish I knew sooner about women is there's no such thing as a good girl. There is no good girl, right? I was messing with this chick, man, and she was a virgin, right? She had a couple of boyfriends, but she really was set on having sex when she got married. She was dealing with like some niggas, like I ain't no hating ass nigga. Like she was dealing with some dudes that was that nigga before me, right? But she never wanted to do it to him for whatever, well, for the reasons that I just mentioned, right? And she always had a crush on me, but I never really liked her because she was pretty, but she wasn't all the way my type. Like it was some things that I'm not gonna say that I just didn't prefer, right? But later on in life, you know, as we got older, you know, we would talk, we would flirt, you know what I'm saying? We would link up sometimes. And this one time she came to see me in college and she was trying to have sex with me, fellas. The good girl, right? I didn't do it though, right? Then another time I linked up with her. Like, so I'm talking to her like you really want to do it? Like, you sure you want to do it? She like, yes, I want to do it, right? So I've seen both sides of the coin, fellas, and that's why I'm telling you guys this, right? I've been the guy that a woman have said like, no, I'm not like that, I'm not doing that, and I've been the nigga that has had women break the rules for. Fellas, if a woman is portraying a good girl to you or saying that she's not like that or she doesn't do that, bro, honestly, you're just not that guy. It's one of two things, man. Either one, you're not that guy, or two, she is trying to leave the whole phase. She is trying to be a changed woman, right? It's either one of them two things, fellas, I'm telling you, right?
This is very true, and I believe this is a lesson a lot of guys need to learn. The sooner you learn it, the better. Now, he said there's no good girls, and I'm going to make a separate video on the good girl because it's something I've been thinking about for a while. There's an image in the man's head of this ideal girl, which is what we refer to as the good girl, the one we want to get with, right? The perfect girl for a relationship and marriage. And what he's saying is true. There's good women out there, but this idea that we have in our heads of the good girl, that she's just completely pure, she doesn't do anything crazy, she's not sexual at all, she's just this perfect little angel, untouched, bro. That is an image we create in our head, and women are aware that we create this in our head, and they try to show us that, right? Try to portray that to us. Guys, the sooner you destroy that image, that thing in your head of the good girl, the sooner you'll stop getting finessed. Because, bro, like I'll give an example of one of the times. There was like 3 major times that shattered the good girl image for me. You know, it took 1 smash, 2 smash, 3 smash, and finally it shattered, and I understood. But I'll give you one example. There was one time I was working. This girl worked at my job, and she just fit all the criteria of the good girl. You know, just very soft spoken, very reserved, keeps to herself, very, just easygoing, doesn't dress crazy, doesn't live a crazy life. In fact, in fact, she had a boyfriend at the time, and just a look at her, she had the good girl look as well, You know that look I'm talking about, very innocent looking. And I would talk to her all the time. I never tried anything because I knew she had a boyfriend, and I just assumed that that she was like fit the archetype of the good girl. However, I'm hanging out with a group of the boys, in this van, and they're from another department, but they work closely with our department. So I'm talking to them, and they get to talking about girls, and this girl's name comes up in the conversation. And wouldn't you know it, Tim in the corner over there, Jack over there in the front seat, Tommy in the back, and Jason over there on the right. I'm like, all of them hit. And I'm just like, wait, what? She has a boyfriend. And they're like, yeah, I know, bro. I'm telling you, like, it didn't compute in my brain. It didn't compute. What she was portraying, the image, the outer image, her personality, right, didn't map on to what they were saying. But they had evidence. They had proof. They had the text messages. They had stuff. And I'm just like, wow. And that was one of the times that like shattered this good girl image. And from that point on, I knew not to let a woman's like demeanor, personality, and outward appearance fool me into believing that she is a good girl. All right. And the sooner every guy has these experiences, and I'll probably talk about, well, I'm definitely going to talk about more of them when I make the video about the good girl. But every guy has these experiences, and the sooner you have them in life, the sooner you can operate with the true realization that the good girl doesn't really exist. Let's keep going.
25 plus, they're trying to be a new women. They had their whole phase. They was wilding out in college. They was wilding out in high school. They don't want to be like that no more. They want to settle down. So they'll portray this good girl image. But there is no such thing as a good girl. Either you just not a good girl no more, or you're just not that guy, buddy.
Facts.
Period. I've seen both sides of the coin. There is no good girl. Get it out your fucking brain, dog. Get it out. Every girl that you've been with, bro, every girl that you want to be with, bro, has got skeeted on, dog. Every girl, bro. There is no good girl. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I would have knew this sooner, man, because I was putting a lot of girls on a pedestal. And even before the virgin chick that I was telling y'all about, I learned this from my female friends, man. I used to be really close with a lot of female friends, not no more these days, but I used to have a few female friends. And, I'm very observant, you know what I'm saying? And they always was so good girly and naive, talking to niggas, around niggas. But, when they was behind closed doors with me and, our other friends, like the real them came out, right? So, fellas, I just want y'all to know, man, like, stop putting women on this pedestal, bro. Stop believing the lies. Don't hate them for it, though. You know what I'm saying? Just accept it. That's just what it is, fellas. There is no good girl. It doesn't exist, man. It doesn't exist. I'm sorry. The second thing that I wish I knew sooner about women is that there is no such thing as unconditional love. There is no unconditional love. Unconditional love is, it doesn't matter what's going on. You could be broke. I could lose my legs. You know what I'm saying? I could stop speaking English, right? I could lose, my skin could change the color and you still gonna love me. It doesn't work like that, fellas. Everything is conditional. Everything is like a business transaction, right? In a business transaction, I'm gonna give you some money and then you're gonna give me a product, right? That is love with women, right? The only unconditional love is with your mother, unfortunately, man.
And this is something also men need to learn as early as possible because men think women love the same way we do. Here's what I've noticed, right? Love on both sides, for both men and women, is conditional. But here's where it's a little bit different. There are far fewer conditions for us. For example, there are men who are with women who disrespect them, who have gotten fat, who like don't do their wifey or girlfriend duties, and yet that man is still able, despite her not being or changing into things that he doesn't really prefer, that love he has for her remains. He's able to still sustain the love. A lot less can go wrong on the female end. If you mess up as a guy or you start, not being this ideal, it's quicker for her to fall out of love with you. A lot quicker. A lot quicker. You lose your ambition slightly. You start gaining weight. You stop, just little things, bro. It's easy for girls to fall out of love. She starts talking to a guy at work. They fall out of love. Love for women is far more delicate. It's easily broken, bro. And it sucks to say that because as men, we love harder than women. Women don't like hearing that. They don't like hearing that. I think when women are in love because they feel so much emotions, because they are emotional creatures, because of how much they feel the emotions of love stronger, so they think they love harder. No, that's just your body and the chemicals and all these things going on in your head with the emotions. That doesn't mean you love harder. Men love harder because they're willing to stay through things that they don't enjoy. For example, a man will stay in his relationship and not end it, despite the fact that he's in a sexless marriage, despite the fact that his wife emasculates him, despite the fact that his wife disrespects him, despite the fact that his wife has put on weight, right? Despite the fact that all these factors are there, but the man stays. The man stays. And he still has love for that woman. Let that man do the same thing. That woman is going to be contemplating how she can get out. A lot less can go wrong. Guys, unconditional love is not real for both parties. There's always a condition. There's things in place. Even for men, there's a drop-off point where if the woman isn't holding up her end of the bargain to a certain extent, that love's going to get out of there. That love's on its way out, bro. Understand this and understand it even more so for women because a lot of guys get into relationships and they think that the love they have, this unconditional, I'm here for you, I would never leave, I got your back. And they take that and they map it onto women and think and expect it in return. And they get absolutely destroyed when she just walks out. When she just walks away from you and you're like, but you said you loved me though. How could you just walk away? I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't mess up, but you're just gone. All of a sudden you don't love me anymore. You just found a new guy to love. That doesn't make any sense. Guys, understand that unconditional love, it's not real. All love is conditional, and as it should be. But I'll make another video on that. Let's keep going.
And growing up, man, that's the first love you receive unless you don't have your mother in your life, God forbid. But if you have your mother in your life, that's the first love that you receive. So a lot of times the mistake that men make early on that I made is that you think that is the norm. You think, oh shit, like I'm about to get that from a girl. Like that's the norm, but it's not, fellas.
It's not.
I had to learn this the hard way a few times, right? It's whatever, like, regardless of how much you think a girl loves you, regardless of how much you think a woman loves you, you have to be providing some type of value for her, right? You have to be providing leadership. You have to be providing provision. You have to be providing financially. You have to be giving her experiences. All of these things you have to be doing. You have to be leading her, right? You have to be helping her. If you're not doing those things, she doesn't like Bro, she doesn't love you. She's gonna stop loving you. It's no such thing as unconditional. I promise you. She's getting something back in return, right? I
And that is why you also need to make sure you're getting something back in return. All right, it goes both ways. Understand that yes, it is conditional and that you have to provide something. As men, we know that because we have to provide value up front. We have to become before the woman even sees us. We have to present ourselves to be even noticed for our value. Once you're noticed now, you have to provide even more value on top of that to even sustain it or even get her interested. So when you really think about it as a man, what it takes to get a woman already tells you that it's not unconditional. It's very conditional. What it takes to get a woman already tells you that. Only your mother is truly going to love you in that way. So if you have one that loves you and cares for you, cherish that. Hold on to that and appreciate it while it's there, bro. Because once that's gone and that's no longer a thing, what you're left with is our women. And while they may love you, they love you for a reason. They love you for what you can provide. And that's just is what it is. That's the natural order. You can see that throughout the entire animal kingdom. That the woman gets with the man because of what he can provide, whether it's provisioning, protection, offspring. He's the best candidate for that job. He's providing value that she notices. Just because we're also animals. We just think we're above it all. We think because we can, have these larger thoughts and processes that we can somehow surpass our base instincts. No, we're not. She loves you for a reason, the same way she got with you for a reason, the same way the lioness got with the male lion for a reason. The same way all these other animals got with the male for a reason. We just try to put the emotional spin on it we don't like acknowledging our raw primal nature. I've noticed that as humans. We don't like it because then we think it reduces us to animals that we believe are below us. So we try to deny our base instincts and pretend that we are intellectually beyond our biology. We're not. We're actually not. We are very much. And in 2024, you can see our base instincts, raw, primal urges showcasing itself now more than ever with the way women demand an exorbitant amount of resources. You can see it taking place. We don't want to see it though. So we just sugarcoat it with love.
instances in my life where certain things have stopped with women or certain things I wasn't doing certain things, right? And then the relationship went left. The talking stage went left, right? And women, they live in the present, bro. They live in the moment. So you could do you could be providing value for 8 days straight, and then days 9 and 10, you slow down a little bit, right? That's what they're gonna remember. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So you have to continuously provide value, for them to give you love. That's just what it is. Don't be mad at it. Just accept it, right? Just accept it. Because honestly, fellas, if I was a girl, I'd be the same way. I'm not fucking with a nigga that's not doing nothing for me, right? So can't blame them for it. You just got to accept it and stop expecting that unconditional love that you get from your mother from them, right? Another thing too that goes along with this, man, stop telling your girl everything. Stop opening up to your girl. That's number 3, matter of fact, bro. You can't open up to your girl, right? They don't want to know that shit. They don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. Women will say, I want my man to open up. I want my man to be open to me. I want my man to cry on my shoulder. I want my man to be soft with me. Bro, no, they don't. No, the fuck they don't. Consci- Consciously they do, but subconsciously they don't, bro. If you come to a woman, bro, I'm about to give y'all an example, bro. Y'all know the story. I lost my job probably like 5 months ago, right? Darkest time of my life. right? Going through all of this stuff. I could have went to my girl every day like, babe, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna pay this, how I'm gonna pay that. Bro, she would have looked at me crazy, bro. Like she would have dried up, right? She would have dried up. And you got to be careful too, because some women, not all women, sometimes like if you do open up to people or you do open up to them, they'll use it against you later on down the line, right? Or they'll be in the group chat telling y'all getting in one argument. She telling all her friends in the group chat.
Everything he just said was totally absolute facts. And I'm going to double down on that. Guys, look, you cannot be telling your girl everything. Okay? Look, like, here's the thing. As guys, I understand. Look, we live a very hard life. All right? There's things that men go through in their lives, highs and lows. But a lot of the lows that we go through in life are really low. And girls can't relate to that because they live a much easier life than us, right? A lot of guys have hit very low financial lows, very low emotional lows, very low like relationship lows. Some guys have been cheated on multiple times in very like messed up ways, right? And you might find yourself in a comfortable position with your girl where you feel as though this is a great time to open up and start talking about your feelings, start talking about the struggles you've been through or the struggles you're currently going through. That's a terrible idea. Don't do it. I'm trying to save you so much problems and headaches and pain. Just listen to what I'm saying. Do not open up to your girl. She doesn't need to know everything. The information that you tell your girl is on a need-to-know basis only. You give her the information that she needs to thrive and be a good girlfriend to you. She is not your therapist. She is not your emotional support animal. You handle that. This is why you need a group of strong men that you vetted and you know they have strong integrity and you can trust them. You need to go out there, join clubs, if you need to go out to the park, join the sports, join things that there's a lot of guys in there. That way you can, go to the gym. That's where I found a lot of good friends. Go to the gym, you find men that you can trust and you develop that bond where you guys can just, drop all the fake stuff and you can just be real and open up to each other and know that the information that you're giving to each other is going to stay between the two of you. But you can have that relationship where you can just open up. That's what you want. You do not want to put your girl in that position. All right? Because here's another aspect to this. When you open up to women, guys, you got to remember the nature of women, right? Women, their nature, it's very manipulative and they love to gossip. Now, not everything about female nature is negative, right? There's very positive things about female nature as well. However, that's all men ever hear about. All men ever hear about is, how women are sugar and spice and everything nice and they're sweet, they're perfect, they can do no wrong. All they want to do is love on you. Men are never told the negatives about female nature. That's why you see so many men out here falling into these pitfalls because no one ever told them the stuff to look out for. They just told them that women are amazing, they're beautiful, and if anything's going to go wrong, it's going to be your fault. No, guys. Women have a nature, and part of that nature is that they love to gossip. They love drama. They love to gossip. And how do you gossip? Well, you need information. So when you give women information, a lot of the times, bro, they're going to spread that out to people. Like he just said, they're going to be in the group chat. They're going to be with their best friend. They're going to be talking and spreading information to other people. Guys, I know so much stuff about people's personal lives that I should not know simply because a woman told me. And I know the information she told me, she did not have any right or she did not get permission to tell me that information. But see, this is what they do. They'll buddy up to you. They'll come to you and pretend like, they have that sweetness about them, that softness, like you can open up to me. They're very good at that. just, oh yeah, talk to me. Uh-huh. Yeah. They come with that energy that makes you feel safe. That's what femininity does. It makes you feel safe and secure. Yeah, you can open up to me. But that's a trap because 9 times out of 10, bro, everybody and their mother's going to find out your information. Like I said, there's so much that I know that I shouldn't know simply because some girl came up to me and told it to me. There's so much gossip and stuff in the workplace, people's personal lives, not just women, but other men who opened up to these women that I know about, and they're not even aware that I know it. I shouldn't know it. But they made the fatal mistake of talking to women about your personal stuff. Women do not need to know everything about you, bro. They don't need to know about all the trauma, trials, and tribulations that you've been through. They don't need to know about all the struggles that you're currently going through. That's between you, God, and maybe a group of men that you actually trust. Okay? Because look, if you have information that you want to maybe confide in somebody and you want them to you want it to be between just you and them, or you just want them to just take it to the grave, just between you guys. The very worst people to tell about that is women. All right? The only information that women take to the grave is their body count. Outside of that, everything's free game. Everything is open. And bro, this is why when I get into a relationship, when I go have a list of things that the girl has to agree to before I even will be in a committed relationship with her. And one of the main ones on that list is I don't want to hear anything about our personal relationship coming out of anybody else's mouth. I told her straight up, any day I hear personal information coming out of anybody else's mouth other than yours, I'm out. That's a hard rule for me. Because girls have a very difficult time with this. They telling so much personal information to everybody. And also, they will throw it back in your face. You think you're all comfortable opening up to them? They're just like loading. Every bit of information you're giving them, just think of it as a bullet. They're just loading the clip. And they're just waiting for that moment when they're in an argument with you and they run out of things to say because maybe you're winning the argument and they don't have anything left and they just pull that out and bang, hit you with an emotional bullet. And you gave it to them. You gave them the ammunition, right? And not every woman is going to do this. I'm not saying every woman will be like this. But see, as men, we're not like women. We don't operate on possibilities. Is it possible that you'll find a girl out there and, she's not going to operate like that? It's possible. Women like that do exist. But is it probable? No. Because female nature is gossip. All right? This is why you keep that stuff close to your heart. You do not just give your personal information. You do not just, open up to women like that. All right? So I know that was a bit of a rant, but I wanted to really drive that home because a lot of guys make that mistake, and you'll have moments, right? I'll even go even further. You'll have moments where she's opening up to you, right? She's opening up to you. She's talking about her struggles and things she's been through in the past. And you'll probably feel like, wow, this is a great moment. I've gone through stuff and I can really relate to her. This would be a great bonding moment where I can tell her the stuff I've been through. No. Stop. Shut up. Don't say anything else. Don't say anything at all. Your job in that moment when she's opening up to you is not to start rattling off at the mouth and start talking about your stuff. No. Your job is to comfort her, just listen to her, and that's your job. That's it. You keep your mouth shut. All right? Do not get comfortable and start pillow talking and giving her ammunition. Do not do that. But let's keep going with the video.
Right, so you can't open up to women, bro. You feel me? I wouldn't even open up to your female friends, man, because a lot of times your female friends, they'll give you advice from a woman's perspective, and that's not the advice you need, bro. You need some logical advice from a man, most instances, right? So that's one thing I had to learn, man, is you can't open up to women. The last thing that I learned, man, I'm giving y'all a bonus. The last thing that I learned, that I wish I knew sooner is that there's always another guy, buddy. Not only are there more women than men on earth, but think of the things that we value in women, pretty, feminine, caring, nurturing, submissive, God-fearing. I'm just naming the things that I value. Beautiful, right? There are more of those than what women value in a man, right? Certain height, certain income, certain status, right? Certain caliber, right? Those men are hard to find. That's like the top 5 to 10% of a man, right? So one thing that you have to realize, fellas, is that even if a woman can't get a man like that, bro, she has what we call orbiters, right? And all the orbiter is a man who is basically a simp, bro. Basically telling her what she want to hear, giving her compliments, all up in her DMs all the time, always trying to link up, right? There's always that guy, right? For single women, right? Then in relationships, women that are in relationships, buddy, you better stay up to par. And I'm gonna tell you why, because she knows who the backup is. She knows if you fuck up, who gonna slide in there, buddy. I promise you, man. I've been talking to women, it don't work out. Next thing I know, they done moved on.
Quick.
Right, and it's always the ones that I really like. It's never the ones that I never gave a fuck about. They don't ever move on fast. It's always the ones that I like. The ones that I think would never do me like that. They end up doing me like that, buddy. Right, so women always have a backup. There's always another guy. It's very competitive out here, fellas. When you meet a chick, she already has 1 to 2 dudes. I'm not saying that she's sleeping with them. I'm just saying that there's 1 to 2 dudes trying to take
Shooting
that
their shot.
spot.
Yep.
And she may be sleeping with them.
Yep. It's 2024, right? You must understand women are dealing with multiple dudes. Do not start dealing with a chick thinking that I'm the only guy in the picture. That's delusional as all hell. You need to understand that there's multiple dudes in the picture. And even if you're in a relationship with her, understand, bro, she has a backup plan. Now, you want to make sure, right? Because like he said, there's orbiters. And modern women nowadays want to shame you for removing their orbiters, which is why they'll say that you're insecure if you don't want her to have guy friends, which is why they say you're insecure if you don't allow her to go to the club or post pictures on the Instagram, promiscuous photos. Why? Because those activities, keeping guy friends, going out to, certain locations and posting certain stuff, keeps a constant flow of orbiters, which are options that she can always have just in case anything with you, starts not looking right or she sees a better option, she can choose from one of those orbiters. It's a source of free attention, and it's also a source that she could always go to if she ever needs to monkey branch. That's why women like having those activities and why they'll actively shame you anytime, because you as a man, you know why those men are hanging around and you know the potential risk and they know the potential benefit, which is why they'll shame you, call you insecure when you try to remove those elements that sustain her orbiters. Remember that. And anytime a woman doesn't want to get rid of her orbiters, you know she's not really about you and you know she's not really about the relationship. Because when a woman's all about you, she will drop it all and focus in on you. Any woman that wants to keep her orbiters around wants to have you, and she wants to have her cake and eat it too. Have you there, giving her the commitment, being there for her, supporting her, but she also wants to have the attention and the security of having options to jump to anytime she wants to. No, you don't have that. It's you or nothing. That's it. It's all or nothing. She's either all in on you or you don't have her at all. All right? Remember that. But yes, There's always another guy in the picture. Bro, there was a study done, right? I remember because it was like a news thing, and it came out, and they were like, what was it? Over 50% of women report having a backup plan, a backup guy. It was literally on the news, bro. If I find it, I'm gonna put the clip in here.
If you were in a relationship, should you really have a backup plan? There is new research that shows half of all women have a guy on the back burner just in case things go wrong in their current relationship. Physician and national mindful living expert Dr. Romy Mushtaq is here to talk more about that. Dr. Romy, seriously?
Good morning, Tom. I know, and I
Come
feel
on,
like
this sounds positively guy.
guy, doesn't it? And I have to sit here and defend all of us women, but this is the latest psychology research. I was just as shocked reading this data. More than half of women who are married,
Happily married women are doing this?
have a backup plan. And what is a backup plan? It means you have someone on the back burner.
So a
like
specific person
a
they've
specific
identified.
person that they've identified, and in most cases it was either an ex-boyfriend or an old friend who never made it to the dating category.
Get out of town.
Unfortunately, yes. And the problem is social media has just made it too easy to have such a type of behavior.
Right, so I know you're here to say, though,
Yes.
watch out, because this
Absolutely.
is anything but good.
It is, I agree. You know, mindset matters in relationships.
Women have a backup plan, and a lot of guys need to know this, and it sucks to hear it, bro. But trust me. Another thing is, bro, look, last little tip before I keep playing the video. If she tells you that you don't need to worry about a certain guy, let's say there's a certain guy at work, if there's a certain guy that's hanging around, she tells you don't worry about him. Please, worry about him. All right? If she's not willing to get rid of that guy that you feel is a concern, trust your gut. Never doubt your gut. That was one of my first videos on this channel, was never doubt your gut. Right? A lot of guys try to, create these rationalities in their head and try to, rationalize the situation. No, if your gut's telling you something, you're likely right. Trust me. I have seen women at work with boyfriends, and the way they get moving around with the guys at work, completely unacceptable. I have been the guy that I found out she was saying not to worry about. All the while at work, she's flirting with me. Bro, that guy had every reason to be worried about me. Dude, do not doubt your gut on that.
Right? You always have to keep that in mind. And one thing, fellas, man, if you're a single guy and you're just meeting a girl, you don't have to do no crazy ass investigations to find this out. Like, shit, women are an open book, man. Like, at least that's been my experience. Like, I've been around women, man, and they just talk. They talk themselves out of getting a relationship out of me.
Facts.
They telling themselves, right? I remember I was messing with this chick, man, or I was about to mess with this chick. Met her at the gym, and she was talking to me, man. And I'm like, I know niggas be up here trying to talk to you, you know what I'm saying? Just playing, conversating, being playful. She like, only one dude. I'm like, oh, okay. She like, what about you? I'm like, nah, not really, man. I just be keeping to myself, which was the truth at that time. And so I seen her another day, right? So I'm playing with her. I'm like, when the last time you seen your boy? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like, yo, she like, which one? Playing. She was playing though. And I'm like, yo, gym boy. And she was like, it just didn't work out, but we're still cool, we're still cordial. I'm like, damn, like, what happened type shit. So she ended up telling me what happened. Basically, fellas, the nigga that she was fucking with at the gym before she approached me, stopped talking to her because she had fucked another dude at the gym, right? So not only, it was this women, giving off promiscuous vibes, like you fucking niggas as friends and shit at the gym. But two, when I first met you, you told me that you wasn't fucking no, you only messed with one nigga at the gym.
Now you
So you really messed with two.
lying.
You get what I'm saying, fellas? Like, it's
You see, remember when I just said that the nature of women is deception? Like I'm not saying that to discredit all the other positive things about female nature. But but deception is a key part of their nature, right? There's good, but there's also the bad, and I wanted to point that out. And he just highlighted it right there in his story. They will tell you something because they want you to view them in a certain way. They know that coming off in a certain way, but then because they don't want to come off as hoes, but sometimes they'll slip up. This is why you just let them talk. This is why you don't do too much talking. You just ask questions and you fuel them to keep talking, right? Just act interested, act, wow, curious, right? Just fuel them. Ask the right questions in the right way. And you let them talk. And eventually, they'll talk themselves right out of a relationship. Or they'll talk themselves right into one if they're the right girl. But a lot of them, bro, they're not. And the more they talk, the more they'll out themselves. So let them talk.
It was to my first one. She was trying to portray that good girl image. Ended up telling on herself, right? But women do that all the time, man. They do that all the time. Don't hate them for it. Just accept it. It is what it is,
nature,
doggy.
Bro. That's it.
We still love women. Absolutely. I love women. But it's very important to learn the game, man, or like you will get finessed, doggy. For sure. There's always another guy. Even if you're in a relationship. That's why it's so important. That's why I preach self-improvement, fellas, because like it's always especially depending on what city you in. Like there's another guy. There's always a guy with a better physique. There's always a guy with more money. There's always a guy with more status. There's always a guy that can provide her better experiences, right? Yeah. And now we in the realm of social media, right? So, nigga, anybody can DM your girl, right?
Global dating marketplace, bro. You think she's relegated to your little city or your town? No, bro. She could be talking to a dude on the other side of the world. She'd be talking to a guy in Dubai. You could talking to some Saudi prince, bro, who can literally give her these wild, crazy experiences. And you're just worried about the town. You're just worried about the guys at her workplace. You're just worried about the guys at her gym. You think that's the only people she has access to? And then you as the guy think that it's going to be okay for you if you just let off the gas and, drop off on your ambition, drop off on going to the gym, and just like, bro, you don't have the privilege of letting your foot off the gas as a man and just getting comfortable, getting complacent. There's too many people competing for your girl. Even when you get her in a marriage, bro, there's still guys who see her beauty, they want to get at her. Now, of course, she should have the morality and the integrity of knowing she's a married woman or a woman in a relationship and conduct herself, and that's how you know that she's actually a woman worth keeping around. Because if she's not, and she's going to try to go off on these other options, then she's not for you anyway. However, you still need to take account that there is competition and there are men trying to get your girl. So if you're slacking or you're not constantly doing what you need to do to become that better guy, she's going to look at you as the guy who's not pursuing anything, as the guy who's not ambitious, as the guy who's not even trying. And then she's going to look around her at all the dudes who are trying, all the dudes who are leveling up, and they're coming at her. She's going to be like, well, why would I stay with you? Right? Now, there's loyalty and there's commitment and there's vows and all that. And I respect that and I stand on that. But you have to also remember that women are hypergamous, bro. They are very hypergamous, and that's in their nature, part of their nature. So you need to take that into account and know how she sees you. And you need to know that she sees you as a guy that's up there. She needs to view you as above her, as better than her, more competent than her, more successful than her. That way she can keep her focus on you. But if you're falling below her, if you're on her level, that's not good. It's not the worst position, but it's still not good. If you fall below her and she views you as like not even on her level, bro, now you're in a dire situation. And it's only a matter of time before she just, the love or whatever feeling she has for you no longer outweighs the benefit of monkey branching to another guy. And that's just keeping it all the way 1,000, right? Harsh truths, but that's going to help you out in the long run.
Your girl can follow verified niggas. Like it's very easy these days, fellas. That's why you have to stay sharp at all times, bro. You can't never get too comfortable.
Nope.
Right? So those are the 4 lessons that I wish I knew sooner about women, man. And if I would have knew these sooner, man, I would have stayed away from a lot of the, heartache that made me who I am today, man. But it's very important to know these things so you know how to navigate, man. But that's the video for the day, man. I love y'all. Peace.
Great video. Great video. And that last little piece that he said about the heartbreak that made him, honestly, that made him stronger. You can tell by the guy he is and the way he speaks. This is a stronger version. Guys, listen, you're going to go through hard times and difficult situations, especially when it comes to dating and relationships, right? Not every relationship you get into is going to work out. And some of them, especially nowadays, are going to end kind of bad and tragically. Honestly, at this point, man, it kind of feels like, at least if you're dating in the West, it kind of feels like if you haven't been cheated on in the West, you haven't really dated. It's almost like getting cheated on in the West is like a rite of passage or something. It's kind of just wild. It's kind of wild. But guess what? All the stuff that you go through is going to build you to become a stronger person. I think all the advice that he gave was great. Really great. And I think if guys learn those lessons early as possible, you want to learn those lessons as early as possible, right? Now, there's 2 ways to learn it. One, you go out there and you disregard this information and you learn it the hard way. You get burnt and you find out the hard way. Or you don't have to find out the stove is hot. We've already told you. A lot of these guys like myself who are out here giving advice, we're giving this advice because, bro, we made the mistakes already. We made the mistakes. That's why we can tell you this. This is why we can relate to all your different situations and we know what you're going through. We've already been there. We've come out the other side and we can advise you on what to do, what not to do. And we're telling you, take this advice. The stove is hot. I'm telling you now, the stove is hot. You don't need to touch it. You don't need to get burned. You don't need to go through the heartache and the pain. You can avoid that chapter in life. My whole goal in this channel is to help men avoid the pitfalls, right? The common pitfalls, and make your path in life a lot smoother. Just go right around that pitfall. And if you take this advice, learn it early, apply it to your life, you will have a much, easier, more pleasant life. So that's all for today, guys. That's the video. If you got value from it, please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, guys, take it easy.